Good afternoon, everyone. We are nice and snug up here, and I hope this stage don't give way, because this is a huge show, huge night of boxing, November the 2nd, one of our favourite arenas, Manchester Arena, live on Sky Sports in the UK, DAZN in America. And firstly, I want to genuinely say thank you to the fighters to come in here today for the press conference, because I know we've just got just under 7 weeks to go, so you guys are in camp. Particularly thank you to Christine from coming over from Athens, and Brian from America. Thank you to Katie for coming over from Connecticut. Thanks for JB for coming up to London, and Felix, and thanks to Crolla for walking here. And it's a special night of boxing. Adam Smith actually said to me on the way up, you know, this is probably 3 of the nicest people in boxing: Joshua Buatsi, Anthony Crolla, and Katie Taylor. And they are an honour to represent. 3 very different fights for those 3 on the card. Katie Taylor, of course, now one of the biggest stars in world boxing, the unified lightweight champion of the world. We'll remember that great fight against Delfine Persoon at Madison Square Garden on June the 1st. Mike Goodall, I mean, not only have you got the Coca-Cola ringtone on your phone. That's true, that's why I knew it was you. A great night at Madison Square Garden on June the 1st when she became the unified lightweight champion of the world against Delfine Persoon. I think every moment now for Katie Taylor is about creating history and legacy for herself. Now she moves up a weight class to try and become a 2-division world champion against the WBO super lightweight champion of the world in Christina Linardatou. I think one of the toughest tests for her to date. Christina's been fantastic in her recent fights. She's a very proud champion, has a huge following in Greece as well. And this is a very, very dangerous fight. For Anthony Crolla, whose opponent will be announced this week, this is the last dance. We can definitely say that, Anthony, can't we?
Yeah, it's the last
This
dance.
is the last one. And Manchester has been incredible to Anthony Crolla, and Anthony Crolla has been incredible to Manchester. When you look back at what this young man has achieved in his career, and when you think of those nights in the arena, John Murray, Darlys Perez 1, the draw that he was robbed in. Darlys Perez 2 knocks him out to win the WBA world title. Barroso, the guy who stopped Kevin Mitchell, no one gave Crolla a chance in that fight. Crolla knocks him out at the arena. Jorge Linares 1, Jorge Linares 2. Ricky Burns, that's 7 times at the arena. He's given us incredible nights and incredible fights. And it will be a very emotional moment for him and the city when he takes that final ring walk on November the 2nd. Joshua Buatsi, just business. Well, this time it is just business, because now we take that inevitable step from those learning fights to the real stage, to the real fights. We have confirmation from the WBA. This is an official eliminator for the world title against Blake Caparello. This is what we talked about between the level he's been boxing at the moment and the Dimitri Bivols and the better Bievs of this world. This is right in the middle to show us exactly where he is. Caparello on a great run of wins, extremely tough, clever southpaw, only ever lost to the very, very elite of the division, going the distance many times with some very big punches. This is a great test for Joshua Buatsi on November the 2nd. And one of my favourite fights of the night is Felix Cash against Jack Cullen, because these 2 young middleweights are outstanding young fighters. Felix Cash, long time has been thought of by the team as one of the rising stars of the middleweight division, captured the Commonwealth title, the WBC International Silver title, had a few delays recently with injury, but this is a perfect fight to show us how good he is against Jack Cullen, who showed us how good he is against John Harding Jr. when he defended his English middleweight title. Crazy support from Little Lever. There are going to be hundreds, probably thousands coming. In fact, if you are a burglar, Little Lever is a great place to visit on November the 2nd, because there'll be no one there. And that's really going to show us who's going to go on and dominate domestically in the middleweight division, because that is a great, great fight. Loads more on the card as well. Also, Kez Ashfaq, Gamal Yafai, plenty of other talent on the card beneath that as well. And before we hear from the fighters, I'm going to pass to Adam Smith, head of boxing from Sky Sports.
Thanks, Eddie. Well, we're right in the middle now of a very, very powerful period for boxing, I think, not only in this country but around the world. The schedule we've got coming up for the autumn and winter is probably the best I've seen in maybe 5-6 years. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. This particular show We've talked long and hard about Eddie and I over a number of weeks, and it has actually come together. It is fantastic. I'm so excited to have Katie and Joshua and Anthony in Manchester on November the 2nd at prime time on Sky Sports, and it's fantastic for our customers. I agree with you, Eddie. I think the clash between Jack Cullen and Felix Cash is a terrific one, really, to kickstart what will be a fantastic night. And I think all of these cards now that we're going to, we look at Newcastle on October the 19th, which is absolutely stacked. The Sky box office cards, the Lomachenko one, October the 26th, we're back in London, are brilliant. It's great value for money. It's great fights, and they're real fights being made. This is a special one, though, for us to have Katie Taylor fighting back on UK time zone, on Irish time zone, 10 o'clock at night. It's absolutely brilliant. We've covered her, obviously, from the very beginning of her professional career. She was the best amateur that's ever lived, and I was so excited at the beginning of that journey, that professional journey, when Eddie signed her, and it's just getting better and better each and every fight. She's a wonderful ambassador outside of the ring, and she's obviously dynamite inside it. Look at what she's achieved so far. The unified lightweight champion, now she moves up in weight. Very, very tough test against Christina Linardatou. She's a great fighter in her own right, and I think the weight will be really interesting to see if Katie can solve that. I know she's been training hard out in Connecticut, as always, but it's brilliant for us to be showing Katie as the leading woman fighter on the planet, and as we show a lot more of women's sports on Sky. So it's brilliant to have Katie here at 10 o'clock at night on the UK. To add to that, Joshua Buatsi, who I think is probably the rising star of all of our prospects. I think this is the right fight at the right time for JB. He continues to impress us. I thought the way he finished last time out was brilliant, and I think that he'll be ready for a world title fight, within 12, 18 months, whenever the team believe it's the right time to go with that. I think Joshua Buatsi will not only become a world champion, I think he'll become a world champion for a long time. I think he's that good, and I think he's such a nice guy. As Eddie said, the three of them are so nice, aren't they? Katie, Joshua, and this one, Anthony Crolla. Big soft spot for Anthony Crolla, as everyone does in Manchester. What a ride we've had with him, as Eddie's listed all the great nights, the ups, the downs, the real problems that he's had to endure and come through, and that draw, and then winning the world title and going on to fight Linares 24 rounds, having that experience even against Lomachenko, and then joining our team for the Lomachenko-Campbell fight. And I tell you what, Anthony Crolla did a very, very good job that night. So I'm telling you, Anthony, this is your last fight. This is it. This is the swan song. Come out and support him, because after that he can come and do some more work my side of the fence, my side of the ring. He's an absolute pleasure to have covered, and he will have a great career in the future, I have no doubt. So, yep, really excited about it. Back in Manchester at the great arena. Bring on November the 2nd, Eddie.
Thank you, Adam. We talk about that Commonwealth middleweight title. Jack Cullen, English middleweight champion. Welcome back. Great win for you last time out. Big show for you this time. Know you're going to have huge support and a big opportunity and a very, very tough fight with Felix Cash.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity on my own. This is the fight I want against Felix Cash, the Commonwealth title. I'm looking forward to it. Training's going well. Everything's bang on. Obviously, Felix Cash is a tough, strong lad, so I'm expecting a good fight.
The support last time for you was unbelievable, and that was obviously a much smaller fight. Expecting just a crazy atmosphere at Manchester Arena.
Probably twice as much as that. My fans are pretty mad, to be honest. They're all fucked up. But yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be a good show. And
finally, the challenge of Felix Cash, obviously, I think for both of you, the toughest fights of your career so far. I mean, this fight really worthy of, I know it's a Commonwealth title, but worthy of a British middleweight title fight as well, and should tell exactly who's going to go on and rule the domestic division.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, these are the fights I want, so I'm looking forward to it.
Felix, been a little bit of a frustrating period, but straight into a big fight for you. I know you want to get out there and start stamping your footprint on the division, and a big fight for you to do so.
Yeah, definitely. It's a perfect fight for me to come back and show everyone what, I've been quiet and they didn't see me for a bit, but, this fight, I'm going to show everyone how good I am. He's tall, he's awkward, but I do believe, he's never been in with a man like me, or a fighter like me in my caliber, no disrespect to him, he's been trimmed before. I'm planning on doing the same again, so... he's a decent fighter, but, there's level to boxing, and I believe I'm at levels above him.
How much motivation is it at the gym going every day knowing you've got a real fight you're going to almost away territory. Really, he's going to have a lot of support there to give you that extra spring in the step, knowing that things are getting real now.
Yeah, it's always been real, isn't it? Every fight you get into, you know, it don't matter if you know you're a big massive favourite to win. It's the same mentality. It's win at all costs, and that's what I intend to do. It's boxing, innit? And I've been fighting since I was a child. So, you know, it's nothing new to me. You know, it don't matter what stage it is, how many people he's got coming to support him. It's only going to be me and him in that ropes, in between them four ropes, and you know. I'm gonna show him that, you know, there's levels.
Thanks, Felix Jack. Commonwealth middleweight title. Adam touched on what we think is the future of not just world boxing and the division, but also a huge part of the Sky Sports boxing future. Joshua Buatsi, JB. This is, again, when we talk about getting their teeth into fights, now this is getting serious. I know every fight for you is extremely serious, but this now is a really good step up for you as you move up those world rankings, official eliminator for the world title to cement your place in those world rankings against a very tough opponent in Blake Caparello.
Yeah, for sure, Eddie. First of all, good afternoon to everyone. Like you said, every fight is important to me. I don't take them lightly. I concentrate and I think about it over and over and over, hours and hours. So I'll be doing the same. So come November the 2nd, I'll be in there. I'll be ready to fight and to just win, man. Like Cash said, you have to win at all costs, do anything to win. So that's what I'll be aiming to do.
Caparello, extremely durable. So was Ford. You got some good rounds last time out that could prove important to you. You know, 12 rounds here. This could go to the full 12. And are you excited at that prospect as well? We know you're spiteful. We know you like to get people out there, but you've got to think that Caparello is going to hang in there with you.
Yeah, I think he's going to try and hang in there as well. He'll believe in his punching power as well. He's been on a long winning run, but 2 men in that ring, man. When I'm in there, I'm there to win. Like you said, and a lot of people say outside the ring, very relaxed, cool, calm guy, but in there, you have to be savage, and I'm very good at being that. So when I get in there, I'll do what I have to do to win.
And finally, Manchester to close the year. You've had the Copper Box, you've had Madison Square Garden, you've had the O2 Arena, and now Manchester to finish it off. Great fight fans up here.
For sure, man. I just hope they embrace me and they welcome me, and I'm looking forward to it.
Look forward to that. Joshua Buatsi against Blake Caparello, official eliminator for the WBA Light Heavyweight Championship of the World. We're going to go to the champion first, and Brian Cohen. Brian, welcome. It's great to have you here. We really appreciate you making the trip over.
Thank you, Eddie.
Big fight for your young charge, and she seems very focused, very confident. We know these negotiations have gone on for a while, and you know you've stood your ground, and this is now the big stage, massive opportunity, and we know you're very confident as a team.
We are very confident. You know, I wrote down a bunch of little quirky things to say and things like that, you know, on the airplane. But, you know, at this point, I really can't say that, Eddie, because, you know, I've been in women's boxing for 10 years, been managing women for 10 years, and 26 world champions I had. All right. When you see your fighter get off an airplane in tears, you know, and I know it's really lighthearted in here. I'm sorry to bring the energy down. She's not happy. She's the champion, and like you said, we were negotiating for quite some time, and she just feels as the champion that she should have a rematch clause in her contract. You know,
You that worried about losing already? I mean,
yeah. I mean, if you don't be cute.
Oh no, be cute.
You don't gotta be cute.
No, because what do you think? You're
Don't
gonna
be
win the
cute.
fight or not?
I mean, she's coming to win the fight, but you don't gotta be cute, Eddie. You know what I mean? I'm not the one.
Is that?
No, I'm just saying. I'm not. Don't try to be quirky with
I'm
me.
not trying to be quirky. I'm saying you wanted a rematch, but we're talking about your. My question is this is a big opportunity for your fighter. You believe she's going to win the fight.
You have a rematch clause if she beats her, but not if she beats her, right? Are you worried?
No.
So why don't you put the rematch?
We're not worried. We got one.
So why don't you show some bollocks? So show some cojones. Put the rematch clause in.
I'll ask you again. Are you looking forward to the fight? Do you believe your fighter is going to win this fight?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, no problem.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers to you.
Christine, welcome. I know you believe you're going to win this fight. Thank you for coming. I know it was a long way. A tough fight. Katie Taylor is a great fighter, so are you. We expect a tough fight in Manchester on November 2nd?
I can speak English very well, but I can express myself better in Greek.
Sure.
So
No problem.
Chris is going to translate for me. Θα είναι πάρα πολύ καλός αγώνας, το πιστεύω αυτό.
It's going to be a great match. I genuinely believe that.
Το περίμενα αυτό πάρα πολύ καιρό, βέβαια υπό διαφορετικές συνθήκες.
I've been expecting this match for a long time, but under different conditions and circumstances.
Αλλά όπως και να έχει τον παίρνω, γιατί τον ήθελα.
But at any rate, I'll go ahead with this match.
Όπως και εκείνη, έτσι και εγώ έρχομαι από τα πιο κάτω κιλά και αγωνίστηκα στα 140 γιατί δεν μου δίνανε τη δυνατότητα να μπορέσω να παίξω και να συνεχίσω και να κατακτήσω κάποιον τίτλο, ώσπου τον το κατέκτησα.
Both Katie and I come from lower categories, and I managed to enter the 140 because I didn't have the chance to participate and challenge for titles.
Πάντα πήγαινα στα σπίτια αλωνών, πάντα θα το κάνω. Και εδώ που είμαι για να παίξω. Να μπω στο ring και αφού θέλει τον τίτλο μου θα πρέπει να προσπαθήσει πολύ για να τον πάρει.
I always boxed away from my home. I've always done that in my career. And if Katie wants my title, then she has to get it off me.
Christine, great time for women's boxing.
Great.
Right now. I mean, we had a fight at the weekend, Amanda Serrano against Heather Hardy, obviously Katie versus Persoon, Clarissa Shields. We have Jessica McCaskill as well, who has 2 belts.
I want her.
I know. Well, you will have her. I mean, she's a great fighter. We have her fighting on October the 12th in Chicago. She defends her title. But women's boxing right now completely changed. So many opportunities.
I'm so happy about that, and these fights must happen. I'm thinking that a long time ago because, I'm fighting and before it's so difficult to get a chance, but all these good fights, people need good fights to make women boxing grow up.
Do you believe you are the best at 140 pounds? Obviously, you have Jessica, you have Bustos, who's moving up to fight Cecilia Breakhouse at 147. Do you believe right now you are the best fighter at 140 pounds? Well?
Of course I do. And if she believed that she is too, she could give me the chance. Since a long time ago that I'm asking that.
Well,
so she should give it. If she believed that she could beat me. I don't have any problem. I'm not afraid of losing. I'm not afraid of losing my belt. I'm just getting in the ring and give all my best. And this is what I'm going to do always. So I'm here.
Thank you, Christina. Katie, thank you for flying over from America as well. A big chance for you to move up, make history, become a 2-weight world champion, and expecting a very, very tough fight.
Yeah, definitely. This is a huge opportunity for me to become a 2-weight world champion. Is history making for me and my country, really. And I'm very, very aware of the challenge that Christina brings. I do believe that she is the best 140-pounder in the division, and I can't wait for a very, very exciting fight. And this is my first time fighting in the UK in a long time, actually. So I absolutely love fighting here in the UK. The support I've gotten over the last few years since I have turned pro has been absolutely outstanding. So I'm so grateful for that. And this is my first time in the ring as an undisputed lightweight champion as well, which is going to be very, very special. But this is going to be an absolutely fantastic fight. Christina's a great, great champion, a great fighter, and people are going to see the best of women's boxing.
You can tell she's certainly going to absolutely do everything she can to defend her belt. Do you feel that at this stage in your career, when you talk about the potential fights that are out there for you, of course, first you must fight Christine, then you have the rematch with Delfine Persoon, you've got the fight with Serrano. There's so many mega fights now, and every fight is so important to you at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, I only take one fight at a time. I have to. My focus is completely on November 2nd, but there is a huge fights out there for me. You mentioned Delfine Persoon, the rematch, Amanda Serrano. Those fights are going to happen next year sometime, I hope, and it's going to be a huge 12 months for me. But right now, my focus is fully on November the 2nd, and I have to get past Christine, and she brings a lot to the table. She's a very, very strong fighter. I am very aware of the challenge that she brings.
We know that you moved from super featherweight to lightweight.
Yeah.
You make lightweight comfortably, so you are going to be undersized in this fight against Christine. Is that going to be part of the challenge in this fight?
Yeah, it definitely brings a new challenge moving up in weight. I walk around at maybe 140 pounds, so it's gonna be, I'm just gonna step on the scales, and but I have been working very, very hard in the gym over these last few months. With my coach Ross, I feel like I'm getting stronger each time, and I feel like on November the 2nd you'll see the best of me.
Thank you, Katie. We look forward to a brilliant women's light welterweight world championship. The champion Christina Linardatou against Katie Taylor, unified lightweight world champion as well, on a huge card. Anthony Crolla, Joshua Boatsi, Felix Cash as well against Jack Cullen, Gamal Yafai, Kez Ashfaq. Plenty more to be announced as well. We're going to have head-to-head with Katie and Christine now, and also Jack and Felix. Anthony? Oh, I knew there was some geezer I've missed out. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, Crolla. No, I meant that. It was all part of the trick. You know.
Good one, eh?
I'm thinking I'm going to leave you last, because I think I'm going to leave you last on the night as well. Anthony Crolla, we've sat here so many times, and now this is the last dance. Is it definitely the last dance? Because we talked about it after the Lomachenko fight, and now, you know, we said that you wanted to finish your career at the place that has so many special memories for you.
Yeah, it's the last one, and if it wasn't going to be Manchester, then I probably wouldn't have had another one. And you know, I genuinely believe that I can compete at world level for another year or two. But I bang on about it, and you've heard me say it again. You stay in boxing too long, it takes more from you than you take from boxing, and I don't want to be that guy. So yeah, it'll be tough. It'll be tough walking away, and it'll take a bit of getting used to. But I'll stay involved in the sport and, you know, deal with it the best I can. But now I'm just buzzing to be back in the gym. The team, you know, really missed that. But I've always been ticking over, even though, like I say, I enjoyed myself over the summer. I was still doing little bits in the gym. So in a way, the break might have done me good. And November the 2nd, yeah, so back to where it all started, and the arena that's, you know, got so many special memories for me.
Sitting here getting lots of memories flowing back, talking about when you'd say about headlining at the arena, it's a dream come true. You know, you ended up doing it, 7 times against the very best lightweights in the world. Obviously, last time out against Lomachenko. Your career has taken you to places that I'm sure you never expected it to. Going to be an emotional moment when you walk out that final time on November the 2nd.
Of course, like I said, boxing's been good to me. It's took me to some very special places and made life a little bit easier for obviously myself and my family. So, you know, I'll always be thankful of that. But like I said, you can't stay in it too long, and I've got to be sensible. Yeah, on the night it could be emotional, but I can't fight on emotions. You know, when I'm telling the kid in the gym, you can never fight on emotion. So I certainly can't do it myself, and I've just got to go out there, do a job. If I want to get emotional after it or something like that. I don't know, but when I'm in the changing rooms, but don't. You know, I'm there to do a job on November the 2nd, and you know, and that's what I plan on doing, mate.
And obviously, we're selecting that opponent. You want a real fight. I mean, you don't want an 8-round hit, will you? Unless you do.
Of course.
Change your mind. But I know you want to go out with a real fight, and you want to, most importantly, leave the sport with a victory.
Of course, yeah. You know, the win's so important, but if it was just a fight where, you know, 6 or 8 rounds, it'd just be for the ego and it'd be for the wrong reasons. But you know, there's so many people asking me about fighting in Manchester one more time. So if people are going to, you know, spend their hard-earned money, then it should be a real fight. And it's a great card. Listen, it's a great card to be on. You know, you have mentioned it. Felix and Jack, that's a belter. Joshua is, like I say, one of the hottest prospects in world boxing. And Katie, obviously, everyone knows about Katie. It's going to be a great night in Manchester, and I'm glad to be a part of it. And yeah, I'm gonna miss these nights, you know, after November the 2nd. But I'm very thankful to be here one last time.
Thank you, Anthony. And November the 2nd will be an emotional night for all of us, and the incredible nights that Anthony's given us at the arena. We will see you there. We're going to have photos up here now, and everyone available for one-on-ones. Thank you.